Thank you for being so honest and matter of fact about your experience. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. You inspire me. Best advice I could give is to keep being authentically you. I always see people give tips on how to make better videos, but not on how to feel during this journey. Thanks. These are just a few snippets of real comments left on one of my videos. And it wasn't a perfect video, and it definitely wasn't an overly edited masterpiece, but it still resonated with a lot of viewers. And for a while I wondered why exactly this particular video did resonate with so many people, enough to leave such amazing comments. But over time, I slowly started to realize it was because of one simple fact. It was because I had a certain element that just can't be copied, something that's uniquely me. And the best part is, it's something that everyone else that wants to be successful on YouTube has also. So let's talk about it. So I've been seeing a lot of videos on here recently talking about the rise and the use of AI on YouTube and how some creators are like concerned or even scared about AI replacing them. And to a certain degree, I can understand that. But in this video, I kind of want to talk about why this doesn't really scare me at all, even as a relatively newer channel with not too many subscribers right now. So again, to a degree, I understand because AI is pretty much absolutely everywhere now. It seems like it's in every single app and all of your search engines, and you really can't do most anything without like an AI feature or an option or a pop-up to use AI. And I personally have a lot of mixed feelings about this because I don't necessarily feel the need to use AI all of the time. And when I do, I want it to be a choice, or I want to be able to tell you when I feel like I need to use it. I feel like AI is good for tasks and for making repetitive, mundane things easier to go through. For example, I've recently started using an AI-based diction speech-to-text app that has made things like working on my YouTube scripts a lot quicker and a lot easier. I feel like AI is good to make things more efficient and optimized, but I personally think that AI is good for only those things. And again, I really do get it, also because of just the overall speed you can get an answer to a question or concern when you use AI, because it's a lot easier to just type something in really quickly on like ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity and get an answer almost instantly, as opposed to doing a Google search or watching a YouTube video about the same thing, even if it is a shorter video. And that's just convenience that really can't be beat. Now, I still do think a lot of people need to go back to the art of searching for their answers, you know, reading books, encyclopedias, Google searches, but that's a separate soapbox that I can talk about some other time. My thing is, once we start getting into the more creative aspects of trying to use AI, or when there's an effort to try to make it sound more human-like, that's where I really start to deviate. Again, it's pretty easy to just type in a subject or even a video idea into one of these chatbots and get a full script of what you should say, and everything is just perfect and optimized. But I personally think it's always pretty clear and a little obvious when something has been run through AI, because it just sounds a little too good, a little too optimized. And I think when something sounds a little too good, that's what kind of takes the magic out of YouTube, and that's what it's all about. I mean, as people, we're not perfect, and nothing that we do is 100% perfect. And I feel like the little quirks and attitudes are the things that are important to bring to your channels that we run. AI doesn't know your quirks. It doesn't know the way that you talk, or your little funny mistakes, or the faces that you make when you're talking about something that you're really passionate about. It just doesn't. And those little things make your YouTube videos and they make your YouTube channel your own. I think the biggest weapon that I have for YouTube, even though I'm still only like a little over a year out, is my authenticity and my own personal experience. And I know that sounds a little obvious, I get it, but just really listen to what I'm saying here. At the time of me recording this video, the top 2 videos that have done the best on my channel so far are 2 where they're the least scripted, they're the least optimized, and they're the ones that I spent probably the least amount of time on. And that's compared to some of the other videos that I thought would do, you know, just a little bit better because I spent more time on them with my edits and whatnot, and they just haven't done as well. And that's funny. Before, I didn't really know why YouTube pushed those specific videos and why they were the ones that did the best. And, you know, other than solving a specific problem I guess those viewers had, I think that also goes to show that just being you, being authentic is best. In January, I posted the video talking about my first year on YouTube. And I've heard of that specific video a lot, but it's so relevant to a lot of what I've learned about myself and learned about YouTube within the last year or the last couple of months. It wasn't super highly edited and it wasn't really optimized. And it was honestly one of the quicker videos that I've recorded for this channel to this date. It was just me talking about my experience on YouTube so far, what I've learned, what I want to do, and that was it. When I made that video, I didn't really plan for it to be as popular as it was, and I definitely didn't plan for it to be the most successful video on my channel. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful for that. But again, I did not plan for that at all. And apart from that video just doing so well, The other aspect of that video that I really enjoy watching grow over these last few months is the comment section. I feel like my head is so shiny right now. I'm sweating. This light is, whew. What really stuck, according to those comments, wasn't any professional advice that I shared. It was my specific and just slightly embarrassing reality of my particular situation when it came to YouTube. I talked about questioning whether it was worth it. And again, my personal experience, my doubts, and my feelings. That's not something that AI can imitate when you tell it to just write you a perfect optimized script. To sum it up, that video and the comment section, it really taught me two things. One of the most fascinating things about that comment section of that video is the fact that there are so many different and just so many cool ideas that people have for channels. Like if you go through it, I'm talking, you'll see things about animal facts and life as a single parent and fitness tips, finances, and people starting businesses. And what that comment section told me is that there's an audience for anything and everything on YouTube. And two, even if the topics or niches are similar or even the same, your unique lived experience and your way of looking at things makes it valuable. And that's probably the most important thing that's really kept me going on YouTube. It's being authentic and speaking to your own experience really is the thing that can be a huge differentiator between you and somebody else. Going back to some of those comments that I talked about at the beginning of this video, a lot of them were just about how it was nice to have someone speaking from a personal experience on YouTube. When I talk about my journey on YouTube, it's coming from a place of someone that's still learning because I don't really know what the hell I'm doing sometimes. I'm not a guru, I'm not an expert, I'm not someone that I think others should come to for YouTube advice. I'm just a guy talking about the things that I've experienced, and it just so happens that others can relate, and that's helpful. And that's something that I also like to watch in other creators too. In the video, I talked about how YouTube was the hardest thing that I've done since getting my doctorate. That's my personal benchmark. But someone watching this video can look at that and understand the comparison because grad school is hard. But that's my comparison. What's yours? There aren't a lot of people that can relate to that point, but you can understand how difficult that makes growing on YouTube. Like I said, even if the niche or topic that you're talking about is common or similar to what one or several other channels are talking about, there can still be a big difference between all of those channels. You can copy the topic, but you can't copy the specific experience. Now, me sitting here and telling you to just be authentic and you'll grow, that's not what I'm here to do. And again, that's not something that I know will happen 100% for sure. All I'm going to say is being more authentic has made making videos a lot easier because it's taken a lot of stress off of me and myself to be perfect on camera. And I guess if you don't really know or you don't really have an idea of where to start with being authentic on YouTube, literally just start easy and take the idea that I've already done. No matter how long you've been on YouTube, you've learned something. A month, 6 months, a year, or a few years. You have experience. You have lessons learned. So just talk about that. In that time, I'm sure you've learned what works for you and what doesn't work for you, what you enjoy making content on, or the things in your personal life that you can compare to making videos on YouTube. Use the format and talk about those things. And when you've actually made that video, come back to this channel, come back to this video and leave a comment telling me that you've made it. And I'll do my best to get to your channel and watch your video because I'd love to see what others have learned and others have come up with. Now I'll probably just leave this video mostly unedited too in any really crazy way because this is more of just like a yapping video because I feel like that's also important. Sometimes you just want to get your feelings out and YouTube really is a great conduit for that. But other than that, if you made it all the way to the end, like I always say, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.